Did you know with the Iowa Great Lakes Association? I'm Becky Thorson with Jen Johnson-Ross, Community Development Manager. And today, Jen, we're talking about Bur Oak Blight. It's been a real problem around the lakes area, and now there's some treatment options. What's the latest?
You know, Bur Oak Blight, or as we call it, Bob, has been around for some time, and we've been warned to protect our trees. And you know, Bur Oak Blight is a fungus that is airborne, and Bur oak trees are susceptible to it. And what it does is it weakens the trees, and the trees will then succumb to secondary invaders. So a lot of these trees are already weak just from construction taking place around the lake. That's affecting the trees. And then there's the two-line chestnut borer, which is also a secondary invader. All of these things factor into Bur Oak Blight, and the blight weakens those trees to the point where they die. And we have 4 treatment specialists that we have been in constant contact with that have developed strategies to A, identify Bur Oak Blight, and B, treat the trees. Right now, it's spring. It's the ideal time to treat those trees. If you don't know if your tree is suffering from Bur Oak Blight, you can contact one of these specialists. They'll come out, evaluate the trees, and then develop a treatment protocol just for your trees. It's quite interesting to see the different things that they have. They have fungicide, and one of the newest treatment options is actually steroids. And what that does, you know, like a steroid beefs up a human being, it does the same in essence for a tree, and it allows them to be stronger, and they don't succumb to those secondary invaders. And diversifying the trees in your yard is another way to prevent this from happening. You know, those trees anchor the soil in the ground, and they prevent erosion. So trees provide oxygen, they provide shade. You know, trees are great. We love trees. We're tree huggers, aren't we all? So Bur Oak Blight is something that greatly affects the Iowa Great Lakes, and our president, Bill Van Orsdale, he likened it to those trees are like the clothing of the Iowa Great Lakes, and if they're gone, the lakes are naked. And not having the trees has a greater environmental impact than people realize. Not only does it provide natural habitat to wildlife, it also prevents erosion, and it does give us shade and oxygen. Visit iagreatlakes.com for the treatment specialist to learn more about Bur Oak Blight, and also visit exploreokoboji.com. You can watch all of our videos on the topics that do affect the Iowa Great Lakes from an environmental standpoint.
And one of the other things, Jen, is planting of some fast-growing trees. What are some of those options?
Some of the fast-growing trees, you know, we're talking about shade trees. There's the American red maple, the American sycamore, the autumn blaze red maple, Japanese maple, dawn redwoods, a ginkgo tree, the heritage river birch, the poplar trees. There's the sawtooth oak, a weeping willow, evergreens too. You know, there's the Austrian pine, the eastern red cedar, an emerald green, an arbor vitae, Spartan juniper, and then a green giant. So there's tons of options. You know, you want to talk to your arborist and local greenhouse experts, and they can provide that information to you. When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. So go out and plant one today. iagreatlakes.com has a plethora of information to keep you in tune with the environmental issues that do affect the Iowa Great Lakes and surrounding areas.